Hello, everybody. This is Claudio Alegre. Welcome to episode 3, season 1 of the Daily Pill, a webcast sponsored by our parent company, Angel Home Care Services. Let me shut this off, or it'll keep going. An agency providing care services, caregiving services throughout the Dade and Monroe communities. Right here in South Florida. And today we're going to talk about something that we're all guilty of. We all do, except in the caregiving world, the consequences are a little bit more dire, and that is the topic of procrastination. All right, procrastination in general, guys. It can derail your plans, paralyze your forward progress. It can even erode your confidence. That's just how it works generally. But in the caregiving space, it can be even deadlier. All right, it's insidious. You don't see it coming. Right? Nothing derails a third act more so than a caregiving crisis that you're not ready for. Okay, that it catches you off guard, and that means that you need to plan you need to plan financially. You need to plan emotionally, especially emotionally. A lot of people are not ready to deal with a caregiving crisis, spiritually and location-wise, right? So there's a lot of planning to do, and there are a lot of resources to help with on that end. You just have to play chess, not checkers, all right? When it comes to caregiving, it's coming. And at some point or another, we're going to have to take care of somebody else. The idea is that we don't stop our lives, and our lives don't have to stop for this. That I don't like to talk about the ugly side of that, because I like to stay positive, but I use the stories a part of that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. I use it as fuel and kind of turn all that negativity into positivity, even for the people that are going through it at this point in time. So so I want to share with you, there's two ways that you can kill. There's two things that you need to do to kill procrastination. And one is that you need to be radically clear about what's required as far as the goals that you want, right? And to be able to do that, there's a little bit of a pre-step that you got to take, right? And that is, you have to kind of have a pretty good idea what the lay of the land is, right? What does the playing field look like? And that means, what services is your spouse or your loved one eligible for? What exactly does the insurance cover or not cover in the event of, right, a debilitating disease or condition? What exactly, what resources do you have available to you, right, in your very own community? What do you have access to, right? And then what networking groups or organizations are pretty much designed around helping families with these situations? That's like a whole new world. You don't know anything about that until you're in the muck, right? By then, it's usually a little bit not too late. But if you would have started to educate yourself a little bit sooner, having seen, projecting a little bit out what's happening with my mom, my dad, or my husband, that's what can make a world of difference, right? A prime example of that is, right now, if you're listening to this, you're probably, a part of the Laws of Life network that Blanca leads, right? And we're all a part of. I'm pretty sure, without a doubt, that there isn't a topic or there are very few topics that you wouldn't drop in the middle of a conversation at a networking group level, and you will get a bunch of answers that could be of help to you, right? Instantly, right? Like real time. That's the power of a network. That's the power of belonging to a group bigger than you, because one thing about caregiving is that you could be the smartest person in the world, but you'll never be able to compete with a team, right, or a network, and that's to your favor, right? And so don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be proud to ask for help, and also uh, do it earlier than than you than you feel like doing it. This, you know, this can come kind of tricky, right? Because we usually like to ask for help way after, like, we're already, like, sinking into that quicksand pit, right? Like, we're right here, don't wait. Just start calling for help the moment you fall in, or even as you see yourself going towards that, and you're not going to be able to start calling for help right then and there, right? So that's kind of like, it's a little bit counterintuitive, but it's the way out, right? And it's actually the way through. You don't need to cope as a caregiver. You can actually thrive, and that's a concept that I talk a lot about. So be radically clear on the goals, on what you want out of the situation you're in, and start making your moves early. Okay, don't wait till you're there. So that's one way to kill procrastination, right? The second way is, ask yourself this question: who can help me accomplish what I want, right? Um, so shift your mindset from how to who, right? If you want hows, I'll give you plenty of hows, right? I'm gonna show in the show notes. I'm gonna show a couple of links to our Facebook page, the Daily Pill Facebook page, and our blog on the website. That's all I write about. I write about hows, right? Because I know I'm not going to be able to either reach everybody, or not everybody's going to be able to reach me, and so, even though I'm very reachable, okay. So, but let's face it, this kind of engagement, right? It doesn't scale very well. I can only talk to so many people at once, face to face, all right, or one on one. So it's important that because of that, we need to build a solid team around the goals that we have. And so always ask yourself, the moment you start thinking, well, how do I do this? Forget about that. Just switch it right away and go into who can I have, or who can I go to, or who can help me with this specific task. And then that's how you go into team building mode and scalability. It is true in all aspects of commerce, of life, of business, of personal development, and all of that. That's true for all of that, right? But in caregiving, remember, in caregiving, everything moves a lot faster at light speed, right? Because you're responsible not just for you anymore, but for somebody else, right? And so, it's fast and furious, this world, and so I got a couple of notes here that I wanted to talk about quickly, but I know that I am coming into the rim of my last 5 minutes, and some things that can help you have the right mindset, and one of them is, as you're building the team. So let's recap really quick. Be radically clear, okay, and start asking who, not what. Those two things right there, those two exercises, are going to help you kill procrastination outright. And as personal practices to build on that, one of the things that you want to start doing is start taking your thoughts. In your head, your thoughts go round and round. They usually don't start making a lot of sense. It's like trying to hit a piñata while you're blindfolded. That's pretty hard. So journal, right? Journaling is awesome. It's a great way to take your thoughts, put them on paper, or put them on an editor, and just talk about, talk to yourself, plan out the ideas, get all those feelings out from inside of you and all those thoughts, and put them somewhere where you can read them back to yourself. But looking at that mental mirror, not just the physical mirror, but looking at that mental mirror is huge. And this works for everything, but I'm talking specifically for caregivers that are going through very, very rough times. personally and you know, in almost every aspect of their lives. So to me, I don't journal every day. I used to be a lot more aggressive journaling, but I journal maybe 3 to 4 times a week, and then I notice that I do it when I'm usually a little bit more stressed. So my mind's already telling me you need to put this stuff out. You need to bring it out, right? It's just better when you do it every day, regardless, because the exercise is great, you know. So again, the 3 main things, the 2 things to kill, you know, to kill procrastination. All right, be radically clear on your goals. Okay, and for that, you know, understand the playing field. The second one is understand that the question is not how do I take care of my mom or dad, not how do I take care of my spouse, not how do I do this. But that's what YouTube is for. That's why blog and information is for, is who can help me do this. I start building a team right away. Right away, start building a team, right? And then on a side note, I talk about journaling, all right? Just write stuff out. Write stuff out, get it out of you, put it down on a piece of paper, you know, write it on sand if you don't have anything, right? And you see how this is going to be a great exercise, you know. So I hope that these little tips, you know, and tricks, if you're in this situation, can help you. And if you're not, please share it with somebody else, because I think that they will thank you for it. This stuff, when you hear it from someone like me, they seem like it's like so common sense, you know, but it is not very common action, you know. Like I said, you can apply all this to these concepts. You can apply them to your daily life. You don't have to be a caregiver, but in the caregiving world, this could be life-saving, you know, information and advice, and not because I say it is or because I'm saying it, or it's not about me. It's kind of like the feedback that I've gotten over the years from people that I've talked to, and that for some reason or another, you know, they chose to, you know, to say, okay, maybe I should try this, you know. So anyways, I hope this helps. I will see you next week. We're going to talk about something really, really, really cool. I'm not going to let it out of the bag, and I think that you're going to love it. Whether you're a caregiver or not, you know, again, it's always about, if you're not in a caregiving crisis situation, it's okay. If this information you think that is interesting, share it with somebody who you think might be heading that way, or it's already there. And, you know, they're going to thank you a lot. All right. So take care. I'll see you next week. Be safe and have fun.